Good evening, everyone. I thought I would try going live tonight. So welcome to Sissy's Cards and Crafts. I am Sissy. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Eastern Ontario, Canada. Thank you for joining me. Please sign in and say hi. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the comments. And if you're watching the replay, definitely say hi and that you are checking out the replay and what you like and maybe where you're from and what the weather's like. I know here we've had some crazy weather. I'm hoping it's all good, but I know out west it's gotten cold and that's tends to come our way. So I'm hoping, because I've been working hard on getting the gardens in. The new catalog has come out. It just started the beginning of this month, and it runs to August. So instead of doing a big, thick annual catalog, and then the mini catalogs quarterly, they're doing a quarterly catalog, and they're going to refresh things. So everything is in this, with the exception of the online exclusives, and those exclusively are online. Those kind of come and go. They are launching some new ones, I believe, next month. We've had a quick little site on some of them. Pretty interesting. But so there's always new stuff coming out, which isn't good for the pocketbook, but it is fun to find those stuff. And it doesn't mean you have to get new stuff all the time. And definitely hold on to those things that really are those keepers. I've got a few of them in my stash that I will always reach for and grab. So great things. They've got this laid out quite uniquely, I think. It works really good. So we've got sign up at the beginning, quick and easy stuff to do, where you can just kind of get everything and it's just punch it out and play. So the ephemera is already printed. You've got cards, envelopes that match, and you can just kind of put them together and create your own, and you don't need the stamps and all of the other stuff, the paper cutters and everything. Then you have our suites, and remember the suites, the price that you save is on the bundle. So when you get the stamps and dies, that is a 10% savings. You can get that in the bundle itself. And then they add on the paper, any ephemera or embellishments or ribbons that you can get. That's all added on to the cost at the same cost. So there's really no discount for that. So if you see a bundle and you're like, you know what, I really like the suite rather, I really like the bundle and I like the paper, but I'm not so much for the ribbons or the charms or whatever it might be, then just don't order the suite, order the bundle and the paper separately. And you can see here that they've listed that. So this is something new where it's got our suite, but then it's got the bundle and it's showing you the number for the item number for the bundles, the page to find that on. The paper, it is here too. The designer series paper gives you that number, so you can break it down. And then at the back is where they've got the stamps and the dies all separate too, where you can find them. Like I said, our embossing folders, our punches, papers, and of course all of this is online as well. If you go to my website, sissyscardsandcrafts.com, you can find the link to get onto my Stampin' Up! Shopping, and you can see the catalog all there in digital form. Then there is the new starter kit. So the starter kit is becoming a demo. Something that's nice. Oh, I've got Daisy Doo here, my golden doodle. She's deciding to pester. No, stop, quiet. My hand got off of her head, so she had to bark and let me know she's here. So with Stampin' Up, you don't have to become a demo and sell everything. You have to continue to buy stuff to maintain that being a demo, and it's really a hobby demo. So you can just join and then get the discount for yourself, and you don't have to sell any product. Or you can become a demo and sell product. It's entirely up to you. Either way, it's the same starter kit. It's just you make the decision as you go. My first sale was actually with somebody just saw, oh, there's a demo in my area. They decided to click my name and purchase through me because it didn't change their purchase at all. And I got the sale because they could see that they searched for a demo close to them, and I was the one that came up. So the starter kit, what it is really it's anything that you want that's in this catalog. You can purchase it as long as it does not exceed the regular or the price. So regularly you would be looking at 135 Canadian. So for a starter kit, you could purchase anything that is $135 or less, and that's before tax. So you just total that stuff up. Then you are actually only going to pay let me see, how does that work? So it's 135, or no, I think it's 165 you can get of stuff, but you're only paying 135. Yes, that's the normal. Sorry, I just drew a blank there. But the purchase for this month for members who become or people that join between May 5th and 31st, you can get your starter kit for $135. But you can also get the free, the in-color stamping pads. So that is our new stamping pads that are magnetic, which is really cool. A lot easier to open than the other ones. So all of these lovely colors, we've got our Peaceful Pine, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, Barely Blush, and Crisp Cantaloupe. So these are the in colors, which are kind of the special colors for the next 2 years. So there's going to be always 2 in colors going at a time. So we have ones that came last year and they'll continue this year, and then these are the ones for this year and they'll continue next year. So you can get those and you pay and get $135 worth of stuff. These are $95 or $90 value. So that's an extra $90 value there. Or you can get $215 worth of product for $135. So you get extra there. So anyway, that's something, if I didn't explain it well, then please check out the website to look further into it. It really is a good deal. It isn't like a lot of other organizations or businesses where you just get a set starter package that they have chosen for you, and then you get your discount after that. It's you get whatever you want, as long as it doesn't go more than $135 or $165, and then you get to that. So again, I know I kind of bundled that up a little bit. So this is our paper pumpkin for this month, and I thought I would come live and do that here for us tonight. So I'm opening it. I've avoided all of the videos that are out there, even the emails that get sent to demonstrators saying, oh, look at the unboxing for paper pumpkin this month. So they really set the bar high lately for paper pumpkin. Some really awesome stuff. And paper pumpkin is a subscription. I get the same thing as everybody else. You don't get anything extra as a demo, except the discount in purchasing it. And it is a monthly. You can pay as you go monthly. You can get 6-month or annual subscriptions for this, and you can pause it a couple times a year. It's great. There are kits. However, the kits are kind of basically the same sort of idea, but you know exactly what's in them, where this is a surprise every month. Okay, so open it up. It always comes nicely packaged. You get a Stampin' Spot, so a little stamp. Now I have the full one, so this is Misty Moonlight. And I think I will pull my Misty Moonlight out. Yes, so then I don't have to open that and I can keep that, gift it or whatever. Then the stamps. Oh yes, it's supposed to be something to do with fireworks. So it's called Sparkling Celebration. So here's our stamps. I'll show them a little bit different what they are in a minute. The box. Always so nice when you get to unwrap something. It's like you get a little present every month. It's so cool. Okay. So, and we get some lovely sparkle gems. Really, really sweet. And I'm just going to open this. And of course, never go towards your shelf with a sharp object. Always go away. You know, you think I'd got safety sort of stuff for the last 10 years, but actually more than that. That's why I'm known as Sissy. I want to get rid of that life and become Sissy, who I've always been to my family, and not put my name out there because it's on too many people's. Yeah. All right. So we get our gems and then we get dimensionals. Dimensionals are basically two-sided tape or stickies. So here's the dimensionals. There's two sizes. These are minis. Don't think, oh, I have a mini one that is still going. So you can see there's larger, smaller. Again, I'll probably keep that as a solid one and not open it up just because, you know, you can take that and go to the cottage or whatever. And then the tear and tape, double-sided tape that you can tear, works really easy. It's handy dandy. Then we get, with every set, it usually does 9, three of three different ones. So we get those 3 envelopes, those 3 envelopes, and these 3 envelopes. Sometimes they're patterned inside or colored, sometimes outside, sometimes both. And then the cards. And we get lovely sparkly cards. This is reminding me of that movie. Josh is watching it downstairs. Well, not really. He's listening to all the music from the movies. Oh, Tangled, with the long hair, and she's seeing all of these things go off on her birthday. Cute movie. Watch it way too much because Josh, I have an adult son, Joshua, for those of you that don't know, with Downs, and he loves his Disney movies. So then we have ephemera, punch outs, basically. Oh, this one's pretty. I just like the kind of that. And I'm assuming these are part of what we're going to stamp on. And then more ephemera. So we've got quite a bit. And here are the instructions. So here's our 3 cards, what they will look like. Now, keep in mind, these are the instructions and what they intended them to be like. Does not mean that's what you have to do. You can change them up. And I like to do one of each the way they're supposed to be, and then do different ones. So these stamps, this is what they are right there. So it makes it easier to see. So we have wishing you happiness. You are invited. Well, time to celebrate. And then some fireworks. So pretty cool. All right. So, oh, in your first paper pumpkin kit, you get the block to use. Then that's your block. You don't get another one. When you get another kit, you have to hold on to that block. So these are great acrylic blocks. They work well. They're kind of like what you get just from the big box stores. Stampin' Up! Has these more ergonomic ones. There's different sizes and shapes. This is kind of their standard size. I like it because, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a groove. 1, it's thicker, but 2, it's got that groove, so better grip, and my fingertips don't get in the ink. So you can see that. So wanted to show you that one, but this would be the one that I use. Our instructions are always in a pictorial format, so no language concerns at all. Of great for kids to follow. They're just very easy. So number 1, we are going to do, well, it shows us the stamp, right? We need the ink. We are going to have "You Are Invited," and then this is trees. Didn't know that's trees, but those are trees in there. Okay, so we're going to stamp with them. This is the one that we're going to use here. Oh, these are so pretty. I don't know if you can see, but these little stars are foiled, so they've got some twinkle to them. All right, so we've got the stamps. Then we're going to need our tape and the pieces. It even shows you how to put the tape onto the pieces. So you can look and see there's like the little octagon shape there. Maybe you can see. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but it's right there. And so that shows you where to place those mini dimensionals. And then, of course, this is our tear and tape. And so we've got our light post. That's that long one. Then the banner that we're going to stamp on here. And then the 3 lights. And then at the end, that's what this is going to look like. So first off, let's get our stamp. Now, the stamps, they can be problematic initially. Stamps are really good. I really like using the Stampin' Up! Stamps. However, initially, they can kind of cause a problem because just manufacturing, they have a bit of a residue on them. So I like to take my Stampin' Scrub, which unfortunately is no longer available, but you can get this spray still, Stampin' Mist, which is a stamp cleaner. And you can get the chamois now, which you can put in a case and just scrub on them. They work really good. But you do want to give it a scrub before because it will have some residue on it. And I always test it. So I've got my ink here. I'm going to put ink on it. And you can see it's bubbling up. And a lot of that is because of the residue. So I'm just going to pop it on there. And then I like to kind of even give it a bit of a scrub. Now, the other thing, and don't mind the scrub there, but see how we've got that first one, it's nice and dark, and then the second one is lighter? That is kind of the first generation and second generation stamp. And I'm thinking that is kind of what we're going to do here, but I guess if we're overlapping. So it's showing to kind of stamp throughout this bottom of the card. I'm just going to place this paper here. It doesn't really matter with my glass mat studio here how if I get ink on it, it wipes off. My stamp pad is smacking around there. Okay, and with these being trees, you know, they're kind of see-through, so I think that's good. Awesome. I'm just going to put, with the Glass Mat Studio, you get this lovely little rubber pad. So I'm going to put this on here, and that will help keep it from smacking around. And you can see this little square is even meant for holding those little Stampin' spots. Okay, so then we've got "You Are Invited." You are invited. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with that. I have to put this crosswise on here, and that's fine. My Stampin'. And then just lightly tap. Now, our old pads, and I'm going to refer to them as the older ink pads, which is like this one here that I'm using that slides and folds over. Our stamps, even the new pads, are stored upside down. Your Stampin' spots, you should even store upside down. That keeps the ink fresh. But this one where it clips open and slides, I'm going to refer to these as the old pads, and then these ones as the new pads. The old pads, they have foam in them. So you just have to do a nice little tap, 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 a very gentle tap, and you will get your ink covering your stamp. The new pads are felt, and you're going to have to treat them a little bit different. So there will be a day where I'm going to go through that and how to use them. We're not unfamiliar with the felt pads because we have our Memento ink, the black that everybody uses. That's a felt pad as well. So it's not something that's all new to us, but I'm going to line this up on my Glass Mat Studio, take my stamp and line it up there. Hold it for a minute because paper needs, it's porous, right? It's a fiber, so it needs a moment to let it absorb into there. All right, so there we go. Clean our stamps, put them away. I am now going to, I've got that stamped, got that done. Now we need the other pieces. So we had a lovely lamppost. And when you punch things out, you might get what they call it, the hanging chads or whatever. I just like to rub my finger along them there to kind of get that off. And the light bulbs. So there's 3 sizes, the small, medium, and large. We need one of each. Okay, I'm gonna rub those edges. Just, I don't want it to look like they were just punched out. Okay, so it's showing me here to put my, I'm gonna grab one of the other tear and tape, to put the tear and tape up here. Is that wider than this stuff? I think it's the same. Yep, the same. Okay. Just thought maybe. With the tear and tape, if it does go over the edge, because I think this is just the right size, when I'm putting it on, the backing, of course, makes it a little bit sturdier, but it's very, very pliable, and you can just kind of roll the edges over to the back. You don't have to kind of have them bejiggered on you there and always in your way if they do get to the front. Okay, and then we just need a little tiny piece for that largest light. I'll show you why they're going to do that. Okay, so these then have our mini dimensionals. Oops. That's a rolling. Okay, mini dimensional. And these are very easy to cut. I suggest cutting them before you take the backing off, but it will go very easily. Okay, so we're going to take our light post and use my take your pick tool with the pointy end. Just lift that backing off. And then I am going to, it shows right to the bottom. So line that up even with the card, the bottom of the card, and then make sure it's straight and go up to the top. And there we go. And then this goes on. So again, use my take your pick just to pull that backing off. And we are going to put this kind of right here. Again, it goes right to the side of the edge of the card. I'm going to make sure it's straight. And those are flat with the card. Okay, and then it's got these little guys, just like they're dangling at the bottom of this light. So these dimensionals, it pops them up. And then we had the tear and tape here and the dimensional here. And that is to hold these three together because this is going to overlap these other three. Just like that. There we go. You are invited. Then we're folding the card. It's already explored. Take your bone folder and just give it a little crease. I like to do front and back. And there we go. With the stamps, so we do have you are invited. We could put inside time to celebrate and then put, information on a party that is they are invited to. And then the envelope, I'm assuming that goes with that, is this one. And there we go. That's card 1. All right, so card 2. We have all of these fireworks, which in Canada, yesterday was our May 2-4 weekend, or it's not quite May 2-4, but it's our Victoria Day weekend. So we had celebrations there. Now, this is, that other was a landscape card. This is a portrait card. Okay, so where's our fireworks? And look at this. These are basically all one piece. So we have this one big piece and then this little one. So how easy is that to put on? And then we're going to have, again, it shows us where to put our, I guess they're going to go like that, and where to put our dimensionals right on this. And that's going to go there. So we're just going to get out these dimensionals. And I think, because it is my card, I'm just going to use the bigger dimensionals here because I do have the regular ones and not use the small ones. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these on here. And it's really just showing 5 for this big one. So again, 5 of the little ones, and that's fine. You don't need to overdo these. They work quite well. All right. And so we're going to just line this up with our fold. You could fold it first. There's nothing wrong with that. And then this is going to be lined up with the top. Sorry if I have to get my head in the way there, but I'm just going to turn upside down, make sure I got it. All right, perfect. And then it does have 3 of these other little ones that have the sparkle in them, which is really cool. And we're going to pop them up with dimensionals. And it's it's difficult, but not difficult. So initially I looked at that and I didn't quite see these little ones. But if you do look at the first picture and the second picture, you can tell right where they are. So they're kind of filling in these spots here. Just like that. And that gives us a nice little shine. All right, find our sentiment pieces. And we've got this one here. And the stamp we are going to use is "It is time to celebrate." Okay, so stamps. Time to celebrate. Anybody celebrating anything this month other than our May Victoria Day, or in the US, the May 2-4 weekend. Lots of different birthdays, anniversaries. We had a lot of birthdays in May. We've already kind of gotten through the majority of them. But Joshua turned, so my son with Downs turned 34. And oh my goodness, his birthday present was for me to clean his room, and it was a chore. I actually had to send him away for the night, so I had 2 days to clean and not have him over my shoulder looking at everything he has. So I told you, the Disney fanatic. He loves his movies, like hundreds of movies. So yeah, the DVDs, I'm going to make sure that is right when I put my sticker on here, or that I lay it down properly. I just want to make sure it's aligned the right way. Yeah, so he has DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, the whole gamut. And one of the big reasons why I had to clean his room is his VCR died, and so we needed to replace it. And it was horrendous. It was a job and a half. I was not thrilled about doing it, but I got it done. Okay, there we go. Actually, I think I'm going to, you know what? I would rather have put, it said to use tear tape, but I'd rather use a couple dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in here because I've popped these things up. So putting the tear tape on, it actually pushed it down in. I didn't want to do that. So there we go. That's better. I would have even, you know what, done them double. If I can pull that off. Ooh, can I do it? Can I do it? That's tricky because I had that on. So I'm going to double these. And then what's going to happen is they're going to be even higher than what the other ones were. So instead of making it flat, and I think that they were kind of hoping your tear and tape was going to hit the what was already there, but I've actually doubled it. So we've got 3 different planes: the flat, the first layer with the tear and tape, or the dimensional, and then the double dimensional. So it's sticking up even higher. So I think that's what I would do. All right, so it's that one, and then the card, or the envelope rather, I'm going to put with it is this one. Pretty cool. And again, we could put you're invited to, we could flip those around from what we did in the last card. Sorry, slurp of tea. Always have a nice cup of tea at night. Joshua always makes me my tea, so I had a cup of tea to come up. All right, this one, the one that I said reminded me of, why can't I remember that? It's Rapunzel, right? But it's not tangled. Hair's tangled. Okay, so these, initially I showed it like this, but these are actually floating up. They're floating. So we have where it's showing us using the stamp here, but it's very, very faint. So I think we're supposed to stamp off and then do that, because you can see right along here, it's very faint. And with this being blue on the yellow, we're getting a green tree, right? Which, hey, what did we learn in grade 1? Blue, yellow and blue make green. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just using this cardboard here that came in the kit. I'm stamping off, make sure I get all of that ink off. And then I'm just going to stamp down there. So ink that up, stamp off. In here, get some tree there. Off. Some And again, with the trees, I'm not so worried about them being perfect. And you'll see in a second another reason why it's not so concerning about being perfect. Right. The other, we have these quite unique sentiment pieces here. It's only showing one. You usually get 4 things to use for your sentiment because you might screw up, right? So then you've got a piece to an extra piece. Okay. Scrub. Wishing you happiness. Ooh. Now see what happened? It bent when I was scrubbing it. These can bend, so just make sure that when you put them on, you've got them on straight. And I'm going to pop. I think this board is not flat. That's my problem. And you'll notice I've got ink on the edge there. I try to make sure I wipe that off just so I don't create a mess. Okay. I think I've got my stamp ready to go. Tap, 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 tap in my ink. Make sure I've got it all there. Wipe the ink off the block. This edges aren't so much a problem with. I've just got such a tiny piece. Then I've got my paper here. Come in and make it straight. Just like that. Da-da, 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 da-da. Okay. Wishing you happiness. I wish everybody happiness. We're in a world that's just not so happy anymore, and I kind of would like happiness more than anything. Okay, so that's my stamping. Now we're going to take this and this. Actually, I'll close this up because we are done with that. And then the other reason that I was saying it wasn't, oh shoot, those are just not playing right, playing nice rather, was that we're going to use this door. So we are going to pop all of these little pieces out. How is this supposed to go? I'm lost here at the moment. I know these pieces are coming out. Oops, that didn't pop out so nicely. Okay, so these inside window pieces are coming out. Oh, I see. I could see where this was popped, but it's not here. So these actually, it's kind of like a fun fold. That's what we're doing here. Okay. So those open, and then these are going to fold back. Oops. Make sure you pop them all before you start folding. Okay. Fold. All right, I'm going to get rid of these so I don't lose or get confused, because confusion happens a little bit. You know, it's a lot of stuff that happens to us poor women when we hit menopause. I don't know where many of you are at, but I'm just not impressed with how my body does not remember things and gets confused easily. Today I got I think I'm done with that. I got a new tiller, rototiller, and I was using it today, quite enjoying it, thinking this works great. And then all of a sudden, I saw something on the ground, and I'm like, what is that? That doesn't look right. Something's not right. It took me a moment to process the fact that the wheel had fallen off the rototiller. It was still working fine. It's just a small electric one, so always safe, always good. But I'm like, what? Something just isn't right. My brain just could not process that as quickly as it probably should have. But all is good. It will be fixed. If my husband can't fix it, it'll go back to the store, because that's one of those things I think need to be covered under the warranty. But it does work really good. Got it at Home Depot. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to go on last because we're just going to stick that on. But first, we've got to put our balloons on. Or are they balloons? Lanterns, I guess. Same thing, small, medium, and large is the light bulbs. So large and medium are these double ones, and then the small ones, which are just really bitty. And these are going to get our dimensionals on them. So again, I think I'm just going to use, because the large ones will fit here. I'm just going to use the large ones. And we're going to stick them on like this. And then we're going to put some on here as well. And
will you start the show for us?
All right, I'll be done in a minute, but you can start the show.
Okay.
I'm doing a video right now. Oh, we are. Okay, so then on our instructions, it shows here again what we have on our card. We're adding these three so you can just kind of see where they've been positioned here. And so that's all we're going to do is just position them, keeping in mind, like I already have gotten confused about, that they're upside down, right? Because they're floating. So I'm going to put that one there. And this one here, like that. And then this little one is going to go in here. And there's even some space upside down. There we go. Even a little bit of space amongst the ones in the background that are going to show. So then we're going to put this on here. And that's why I folded this one before, because the other ones I didn't fold prior to assembling, but I knew this was going to go on here because I could see it in the instructions. And I thought it's best to go this route. All right. So Take Your Pick tool is really a handy tool. It works for so many things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this one edge. I'm not going to really push it down, just in case I need to pull it up. But it should, if that one edge is done, it should line up properly. And looks good. So then I will press it down. And then we have this one going here at the bottom. Now, I don't remember them. Well, I do. I lie. I do remember. I think it was probably this time last year that there was kind of a fun fold paper pumpkin that happened, or that they released. So there we go. That goes on there. Now, I'm thinking with all of the glitter, we have something called Wink of Stella. And it is just a little, it basically has glycerin and sparkles. Oh, I'm getting tired. Sparkles in it. So with all of the sparkles of the card, why not just go over our letters? And really, it doesn't, if I get it on white, like here, if I just put on white, you don't really see it. It's just going to leave a few sparkles. So I don't have to be right precise with this. I just have to kind of go over what I have stamped on here, and we'll just give it a little bit of a sparkle, just to kind of go with the sparkle of the card, which I think is a nice little addition. I don't know if you can see that sparkle on there, but I think it just adds. So we have there. And the envelope that I would assume would go with this one is this one. So we have that. Card 3, card 2, and card 1. So great cards. Yes, it's great for the May long weekend. Great for summer. Great for parties. Anything, right? It's just a lovely little kit to have on hand. And I mentioned at the beginning, and when we started, that this is a monthly subscription. If you subscribe to this, then you can get refills. I'm just going to go through all of these, I think. You can get refills of the kits. Now, the refills are of the consumables, so the things that once you use, they're done, like the paper and the envelopes and the ephemera, so the punch out pieces. The ink and the stamps you don't get more of, so you can't just buy another kit and say, here, I've got a second kit, and pass along. And if you've bought a kit and you like it and you want a second one, you're probably not going to get it. You can find maybe a demo that has bought extra to sell, because we can do that and get them that way. But really, it's just you can only get kind of the consumables again. And they also offer with every quarter, so yeah, every 3 kits, there's an add-on package that you can order as well. This you have to order through Stampin' Up like you would any other product. Sorry, I'm just thought usually there's a picture of the extras back here, but there isn't tonight or in this one. They usually come with some dies, a couple extra stamps that you can do a little extra to them. So that's something else to consider. I believe there was more Starburst or I just lost it. I see the word in my brain and it's just not coming out. Anyway, you all know what I'm talking about. But they are, that was the other one that was for this month, I believe. So anyway, that's Paper Pumpkin. Let me know what your thoughts are. Oh, they did have these to put on them. Where did they go? I didn't even see, because normally they show where to put them. I don't even see where they've added these on to the kit. So I guess because usually they're somewhere in our instructions. So these are kind of extras to adhere to the kit. They'd be kind of cool to put in here. I think that's where we'll put them. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Pop a comment down. Let me know what you think. Say hi. Of course, that's the way these lovely social media things work, is that we're supposed to interact. So interact. Give me some feedback. Fireworks, that's the word I was trying to find. There we go. I knew I'd remember it. There. I think that's just perfect. And next time I'll put this one over so you can see it. But maybe I'll just put one right there for now. So there's the group of 3s, right? All right. So welcome. I look for me coming up with some videos. I'm going to do a series on the Waterside, the Relaxing Waterside bundle and the paper. So, all right. Take care. Have a wonderful night. Bye.